All right, and welcome to another battle replay with me, JanetOnOccasion. If you're new to the channel, I'm totally 100% not JanetOnOccasion and not the Gobbo King recording videos for Janet because Janet's sick and can't play. So here's me. This is JanetOnOccasion's army versus the Mighty Shadow Hunter, I think. I don't know. We'll check afterwards. So you can see that I'm going for a nice troll surprise. We're trolling our opponent with a little Skarsnik and the trolls. And the reason for this is because the who are these guys called? Vampire codes have a lot of ranged units, and they have a lot of ways to shoot you. And Janet, don't like getting shot. It's a common thing. Also, the trolls, your opponent can bring more ghouls, or they can bring crabs, and why not have some trolls? I mean, if they can eat rocks, you can eat crabs, right? And you can eat rock crabs. Wow, man, this is why people subscribe to the JanetOccasion channel. We do have some Goblin Wolf Riders, best unit in the game, hands down, 300 points, able to tie things down. Even though you can see here, they only got one range unit, they're still going to be useful because one thing people forget about is that, you know, the ethereal units, they have fairly low leadership. Like, they're 46. Let's put it in perspective. And Night Goblins, there are a 44. So they have the same leadership as Night Goblins. Granted, they also have immunity to psychology, but that's not going to help. So the Goblin Wolf Riders can jump in, rear charge, and force down the opponent. Back here, you can see a bunch of Orc Arrow Boys scattered around. The Night Goblin Squig Hoppers, Janet, and my masterful tactical ways have placed them on the flank to avoid any scurvy dogs from getting there. I still haven't used my Trixie Trap. I haven't. What is this stupid thing called? Trixie Traps to make my trolls unspottable. Well, we got the Orc Arrow Boys scattered around because the Orc Arrow Boys, they have a little bit higher AP and they're going to be able to do a little bit more, and we don't have to worry about summons. As for my opponent's list, we're going to do a quick drive-by. They're dead. Zombies, ghost people, Morse ghost people, zombie. Zombies on a boat, having a luau. I think we covered everything we need. But this isn't that bad. I know it's not, you're thinking it's bad, but it's not. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units that cause terror, and the Gallows Giant is going to be able to work it, provide a little bit of power. But I will say this to Shadow Hunter, he's a real man, and only real men bring Vampire Coast with Lord Deep. So he's going to go in there. You see a cheeky little shot going off, and then the Wand of Jet. And what you're going to do with that, and the reason you use it that way, is after you cast that spell, it's going to have its cooldown. So you immediately use the Wand of Jet, which is going to have a cooldown. So you use the Madcap Mushroom after the Wand of Jet is done, and then you can immediately start to recharge it. So that's why you saw what you saw there. So now we're just going to engage. So what I, Janet, and totally not the Gobbo King, are going to do is we're going to come in and try to start holding down the front with our Gobbos, and we're going to try to take our ranged units and start focusing them away. So we did pop the Trixie Trap, so we were hidden. So you can see the zombies, no doubt, terrified by the swarm of trolls coming at them, just coming right in there. Now, they summon crabs, but as we determined earlier, we can beat crabs, right? We can beat crabs. We're going to work down the Assault Lords because if there's anything I know about games, it's that, you don't want salty players. So we're going to get rid of the Assault Lords and keep going. So now what we're trying to do is, since we're no dogs, we're going to just do a little bit of hit and run. We're going to come in, we're going to hit, we're going to run. We're just waiting for opportunities. So like right here, this game, you just be quiet for just one moment. So right here is going to be a good opportunity because we've got them surrounded and we can start trying to push down their leadership. Something else was going on in the center. I don't remember what though. But Skarsnik's up front here, just finding things he can easily deal with the Warlords boys. You got the 8 peak loonies, and they're working away. Now the trolls are running, but if you notice, the trolls have 12 models left, 12 models left, 12 models left, and 12 models, and they have regeneration. So even though they're running, they're going to be able to fall back and get their hit points back in it. But you can see, like right here, we start to see some units get a little bit lower. Don't forget that the Squig Hoppers do have immunities to psychology. And then right there, you can see them starting to get hit. They're crumbling, all because of the Squig Hopper run. Now, unfortunately for Gobbo, he had to switch over here with his Wolf Riders. But remember, this is 300 points. The Sirens are 850, and the deckhands are 400. So this one unit is tying them up. I mean, the lots going on, and there's a lot of micro having happen. So not all of them are being utilized, but it is preventing the Dyer's Fiend from getting to a position safe. This is allowing the Night Goblin Shaman to keep going. You see that Mad Mushroom cap go off, so we should see another shot coming any time now. Now the rest of our shooting is going to go down. The trolls are about to break. We have lost one, but we're going to be able to recharge right there. So we're just coming in, hitting, and pulling back. Coming in, hitting, pulling back, working down the Gallows Giant. Now the trolls are pulling to this side. We're going to get them to this side. We're going to start trying to envelop our opponent as we work them down. Of course, the goblins did break, but such is life. We're trying to keep Skarsnik alive with a little itchy nuisance in there, dropping the melee attacks down, allow Skarsnik to get his work in. I wonder if there's another spell going on. It sure is. It sure is. But we're going to keep working down Dyer's Fiend. You can see back here a mighty group of Night Goblins slaying ghostly Bretonnian Knights. It's not because they got summoned and died. It's because they're mighty. But we're going to take our Orc Arrow Boys and we're going to keep falling back. This is why we brought the Arrow Boys, because eventually our line was going to break with the Orcs. Or not the Orcs, but the Night Goblins and the Trolls. So we needed the Arrow Boys to kind of hold, to provide a little bit of support. But now you can see here they're getting caught in. And with their low leadership, we can start trying to swing in from both directions and just kind of hammering them down. We're going to try to pull some Trolls away and just keep using these Goblins to keep grabbing and going. Now Skarsnik, he's not really in a good spot, but that's okay. Just keep using the Goblin Wolf Riders. His units reform, we hit, and we pull back. Same thing over here. We hit, we drag 2 units away from the fight, and we pull back. And it keeps the rest of our units online because he's having to deal with all of that nonsense. You can see a bunch of Trolls punching a bunch of Sirens. Things are looking up for us. Things are looking up. And now we finally got our Night Goblins coming in, and we have so many Trolls in there we can pull away. And they are crumbling because we have a lot of big surround going on to them and forcing them down. Now, not a lot of things here to really get on that Gallows Giant, but it's okay. We're going to keep hitting running with those Goblin Wolf Riders. We have gotten caught on this one, but they need to get out of there. They need to get out of there and run. There you go. So there you go. Goblins finally decided that they need to run. Skarsnik is, he's a ladies' man. That's all I can say. Alive, dead, they're all going to chase him. This is a smart move from Shadow Walker here, chasing off the Greenskin leadership and trying to force them. But you see, once the Trolls are finally able to get onto the Gallows Giant, they're going to start doing some pretty good damage. And once again, they haven't lost any models, so even though that they're breaking from combat, they're still pulling back. Now this one has lost a model, but that's okay. They can fall back, they can regroup, and they can kind of push to another position. We just got to keep hitting and keep pulling back. And then as he comes in, we're going to let our Nasty Skulkers, we're going to let our Night Goblins get into this fight, and we're going to start trying to wheel to another position. And it's almost like Janet on occasion is slipping the Night Goblin Shaman up here to get into a better position to snipe the Dyer's Fiend right there. It's almost like that's what he's trying to do. But back here, we're fighting a retreating battle. We're just trying to whittle the numbers down. As they whittle, we can start working down their leadership, and as we work down their leadership, they'll start to crumble. So this is doing okay. This is the last group of Trolls working down the Sirens, and they're doing okay. But once again, we still have 12 models, and we have 11 models. So they're, despite the low leadership, they're still fairly healthy. And back there, we got 11 models, and their leadership's starting to go back up because their flanks are being secure, they're healing, they're regenerating. So we just have to keep playing a little bit of a kite game. We have the balance of power is in my Janet on occasion's favor, and I just got to keep that rolling with the way I want. So now you see we've got our units. We're going to fall back a little bit, allow ourselves to heal, and without Scurvy Dogs, he's only got 48 speed, so the Sirens can catch things, but the Sirens are going to start getting pulled out of position here and there. The Skarsnik running for his life, might as well pop the wog now before he dies, allowing us to quickly cut through the zombie deck mobs and perhaps even helping out the rest of you, because it looks like Skarsnik's not going to be long for this world, so we just got to use it when you have it. So over here, we really want to focus in on the Sirens with our Arrow Boys, try to get the Warlord Boys in there, and just keep on healing. And back here, the balance of power is slowly moving in our favor, because he's, the pirates are slowly falling apart, but yet our Trolls are slowly regenerating. You can see this one is below about half health, and now we're about 3/4 of our way. Same thing with this Troll unit. So we're going to try to use our Goblins to tie up the zombie deck mob. So we come in for the fake charge, let him commit, and then we're going to take 1 unit Night Goblins, 1 unit Nasty Skulkers, and then we can peel the trolls into the positions that we want. And just keep using our units to harass. We're going to try to save Skarsnik, but really, it's I mean, that's pretty much over. This last group of Wolf Riders, they're going to come in, they're going to try to hit. No, just kidding. They're going to come back over here where it's safe. That's just the way, you know, when you play the way of the Goblin, you got to live the way of the Goblin. Just keep working them down. But over here, there's no real anti-large. So this looks like a slightly safer bet. In the Trolls, you know, people forget, they have 54 movement. They're pretty quick. And right here, we just pull back, let him engage, just let him blob up, just let him blob up. We're just trying to use the last of our movement. But, in a last-ditch effort to save the Gobbo King, we're going to try to push the Sirens off. And, well, I'm going to go ahead and do a spoiler. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. And we're just going to keep our Trolls waiting. We're just waiting for the right position. Just kind of pulling units here and there. And eventually, we're going to see an opportunity open itself. And it looks like this is going to be our opportunity. Perhaps we should have waited a little bit more for the Night Goblins to come in. But we got Trolls to the left of me, Trolls to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. And we're going to just kind of let these Trolls get in there. Pop that smoke bomb. Just get the zombies to a mighty 6 movement speed. So they won't be able to get to the Trolls and provide the combat support. But like I said, the Trolls break, but yet no models are dead. So they're going to keep regenerating. We're going to let the Trolls come in there, work down even more units. And every time they come in, they're going to crumble and they're going to break. And that's the way we want to do it. Get your money for nothing on your MTV. That's more classic songs by JanetOnOccasion. So there we go. We want to keep holding them, keep kind of working them down. The Sirens are the biggest threat, right? The Sirens cause terror. So once we get rid of the Sirens, we'll be able to get in here and not have anything really to worry about. You see the Goblin Wolf Riders valiantly defending their lord, but they got terror routed. And unfortunately, Skarsnik, he doesn't have anything left. He's got nothing left over there. But we are focusing it down. You can see we're focused off this Siren unit. The other Siren unit is still pretty healthy, but we're going to try to use the last of our arrows. If you got him, you might as well smoke him, but he still hasn't killed off the Trolls. You can see they're starting to reach their healing caps as they pull back into position. And once again, the Goblin Wolf Riders are going to come in, hopefully not break from terror, and just keep his units pinned in place. So this one's getting focused, so now we need to actually start focusing on this group. And you can see we've hit. We start to run away, and we just go in. But you can see it looks like we're going to commit to this big fight. We got the log popped. We have all the other Trolls popped. To balance the power this much in JanetOnOccasion's favor, we're gonna just come in there and just let our opponent's work kind of be done for us. So we're gonna let the crumbling take care of it, and we're just gonna run on. And Skarsnik looks like he's living. He made it. He made it. So good job, Skarsnik. You did a good job. So this is totally Janet, not the Gobbo King, who did this battle. A lot of terror. And you know, you think these Trolls won't do well, but you just have to accept they're going to run away. But the Night Goblins, they all have expendable, so when they break, it's not going to lower the leadership of the Trolls. So you're going to be able to get some work in there. And you can saw when they did summon crabs, we were able to crack them open with a side of butter. So Shadowhunter, not terrible. He's a real man because he took Lore Deep. Hope you enjoyed JanetOnOccasion. It's totally not guest appearance, and like it or not, or I don't know. Do the stuff that makes YouTube like Janet. Bye.